Hi, Dawn. How are you? In the background, I'm getting a lot of technology ready so that we can do slideshows and we can do a lot of other things. And I'm doing a lot of editing on the website, in the membership. I had a bit of a freak out the other night. I was like, oh my God, you're going to do education content. And you're going to be right. Yeah, no, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Only moving house, got a star sign subscription online, twin flame subscription, and I do lives. That'll be fine. You know, it's that Jupiter in Aries being over optimistic is like, you're going to work. That's the Britney song right now. I think Divine Feminines are in. Yeah, you're going to work. It's like, we've done time. We're going to work. Morning, Kerry. Yes, Giggle and I were just having a chat because I have changed the prices on the website. The website on the FYI, if you are a paid subscription member of any level, you get discounts on your bookings, and that's Skype and telephone. Doesn't matter what level you're on. You can be on a $30 package. You can be on whatever. You're going to get your discounts there. During sales times, they will get an additional discount. And yes, I do have sales on YILDIZ readings. So go and join the website, download the app. The app is the same as the website. It's been integrated. You got your little blog post for Twin Flame. Astrology. Yes, star signs, free, charge and pay. The paid dives deep and it gives you your ascension symptoms. It talks about divine masculine, feminine, karmic, the mirror work. Oh, Lord. The other thing is we have changed the memberships, which I just gave you a little intro into it. If you have any questions, feel free at the end or jump into the video, which is available on the main page, and you can have another look at it or ask questions under that video. But we are going to be having education content coming out, and the group that is in the members are going to have some say in what the education content is going to be for the Twin Flame path, for psychic development, spirituality, you name it, we're going to cover it on top of your star signs and your Twin Flame path. God, I talk a lot. We don't have a lot to do, but yes, the super chats will be increasing. So we have kept the plans at the same price, except we've swapped them around. So the bottom level gets pre-released star signs. The second level gets Twin Flame pre-released, which I'll more than likely be coming live to you guys today. So lucky you. So we'll try and keep this stream short and sweet. We will still have extensions for these next set. So it's going to be Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and the Karmic. And we'll have extensions. So if you're live in the Members Hub, you get to be part of it and ask questions and come and have a bit of a laugh in there. Half the time we're not laughing. Well, we are. We do laugh in there because I think it's therapy, really. I think the Members Hub is a safe space that we can chat to do with awakening, soul coaching, and, you know, just have a laugh sometimes and talk quite candidly about some of our private experiences. Okay, masculine. Let's see what's coming through. It's been very interesting energy. My psychic energy over the last, I would say, week has been absolutely insane. It's been within seconds. It's been quite crazy. A lot of you guys might be having a bit of aches and pains, maybe some nausea from post-eclipse energy. And some of that, especially with Mercury retrograde, it is a double Mercury retrograde at the moment. Your ascension really, you're going to feel like penny little, the sky's falling down. You're going to be running around trying to get things done. You're going to be trying to get rid of things that you don't need, clearing shop. You, particularly if you are not busy, are going to have heavier ascension symptoms, okay? So if you find you're sitting there, you're looking into the abyss, you're going to get a lot of psychic attacks. It's really important to be productive, have purpose. If you don't, you're going to get those blasted psychic attacks, you know? Now, you've got to be joking. Yes, and I've had so many technical issues. So the other day, my CPU decided it was going to tell me that it had a battery-related issue. Telephones aren't charging. Good old bloody Mercury retrograde. So lots of changes happening at YILDIZ readings, which means there's going to be more content of a variety level. Hi, Eddie. How you doing? Of a variety level. God, I'll have to give some bloopers to the top paying members while I'm moving. You know, you've got to have some videos, right? Yeah, let's just do 3 businesses and move house. Sounds great, YILDIZ. Sounds great. Anyone else having some major changes happening in their life and, you know, must be like the gods must be crazy? Are you feeling a little bit loco? Should we pull a ruin for the connection? A ruin cast? Oh, and the headaches. Oh, Lord, the headaches. Jeez Louise. So I had used Streamlabs OBS, and I heard some, you know, dirt on that, and I was like, yeah, I don't really want to be involved in that, so I disconnected it. And years ago, if you remember back, those of you who have been following me since the dinosaurs, I did have XSplit, and we had this very amusing situation because I wanted to do interviews, which YouTube is going to be adding chat features where we can actually add an audience member into the chat, which I can't wait for that. The only thing we'll have to request is that you turn audio off so we don't get demonetized. That's one thing that is a little bit of a worry, but other than that, such is life. We'll leave that. Animal totem. So I've downloaded XSplit. I've been setting it up, which is a good way if I'm doing any education content. I can come towards you guys with slides and things like that, make it a little bit more interactive. So I'm setting it up, but I can't use it today because I'm still integrating it. You know, you'll have the countdown timer. I really want to get something connected into it that makes a funny noise, especially for, you know, any of the karmic reads. I think we need a bit of therapy with that. So who's been having changes? Anyone want to hit me with it while I'm getting these cards ready? And the first in the house to say what side Divine Masculines on, I ask you each week. We're live weekly. What left or right for Divine Masculines this week? And Divine Feminines, I will say, you're actually embodying Divine Masculines energy at the moment. So, you know, be a little bit patient, both with yourself and towards people around you. Yeah, that looks about right. Thanks there, Dawn. How you doing? I'm scared. Dawn's in the house. I always get song synchronicities when Dawn's in the house. Oh, how did I handle the North Node in Gemini for 2 years? God, that was horrendous. Dawn, how did you handle it? North Node in Gemini. Now we've got a double Mercury retrograde. Yes, I said double Mercury retrograde. Hi, Hayley. How you doing, doll? Double Mercury retrograde. I've been writing the astrology per star sign online and going, oh, Lord. We've got to wait till the 18th before we're out of the works. You're going to have me coming on YouTube with my hair everywhere in the fetal position going, is it over yet? Wake me up when it's all over. A twin said to me the other day, yeah, for those of you that don't know, yes, I'm a twin and I would not talk about anything that I don't have experience with. You know, and I'm further into the journey, so it's not like, you know, when you hear the term twin flame, you're like, oh, I want to find my twin. No, you're like, oh, Lord, that was a hard path. And I'm still on it. I had to get my candles all lit. Did ya? I didn't do anything during the eclipse because I wanted to. A lot of the eclipse for me, in my awakening, I tend to find I get it a whole month to 3 months before. A lot of that has been playing out for me. It depends on your level of awareness. So I think the beginning of April, it's like, oh, I just hit a wall and it was like I cried for 8 hours. I was like, what is this? And Scorpio is all to do with feeling as though something's got to give. It's like it's rotten, it's stagnant, it's not working. And it's that fair-based frequency that we're having with Uranus and Taurus in our lives in the twin flame path. We're kind of having one situation happening, an old world happening, and a new world happening simultaneously. And it's a bit like, you know, you're not walking on a tightrope anymore. You've got two tightropes there and you've got to pick a side. But you need to keep the old world going in that transition over. So for a lot, be it on masculine's and feminine side, a lot of us in a sense of wanting to take a leap of faith have a lot of attachment at the moment because we need to keep that stability there. And then what you tend to get is 3 warnings from the universe. It's like, you know, the first one is, I know I need to change. I know I've got to jump over there, but, you know, we've got to keep our money, our resources and everything like that going. And then on the opposite side, you know, you're going to have to jump at some point. And sometimes the universe during these transits goes, right, this is what you're going to need to do. And they kind of shove you in a particular direction. But spiritually speaking, you find with those Scorpio energies, being that I am a North Node Scorpio and I do have Venus in Scorpio, I've got a lot of Scorpio on my chart, as well as Cancer and Libra. You tend to find it is like a death of your old life, and it's emotional. So, you know, by the time this download was coming to me, I was like, oh, just pure exhaustion that something had to give. Trent didn't know what to say to me. He was like, oh, I won't mess with her. I'll just leave her be. But by the end of it, it was like that revelation, like, okay, something's got to give. And it's like you're being your own advocate for yourself, and you're saying, okay, I have to level up. I have to change some things because this Scorpio is rotten, unmanageable, and not sustainable. So if you did find yourselves going through that, and you are going with the flow of that factor, you're going to do a lot better. If you're not, the universe is going to drag you because it's for your best, but you really don't want to. Do you know what I mean? I was with X the other day when the live was on. Oh, that's YILDIZ. Yes. Hi. He probably was thinking, that's not quite who I thought. I didn't really picture that kind of person being a YILDIZ. Okay, so the ruin cast that we have, we'll get into, you know, sometimes I talk shite. I'm sorry. I try not to talk too much. I'm here for your entertainment. You know, we need therapy on this journey. So I'm just checking it's in the upright. It's in the upright. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing yet. We're going to check. So this is the ruin cast for the month, for the week. All right. He said, my goodness, how long is her hair? Well, I did cut it a bit. Not that anyone can see it. I need to spruce it up a bit. I was going to cut it and have it a little bit Rihanna style. Years ago, I had it, but that style, you know, that whole Venus transit for me, obviously, because for Libra, you know, Jupiter at the moment is in Aries. All of a sudden, we want to change our hair. I call it the Emperor's clothes. Whenever someone has a Venus transit, it's like the Emperor's new clothes. You just want to change everything. It's happening internally. Remember that. Oh, heck. Do you know what the ruin's about? Oh, Scorpio. Everything we're talking about. Now, I will talk about it, of what it says in the book, then I'll integrate it and discuss the masculine attributes of how they will experience this transit. Lord, won't you buy me? And then I'll discuss how it directly relates to the feminine. Okay, so it is to do with Scorpio. And I guess it's almost like a sermon we should have, you know, to cope with the death of the old and the beginning of the new. And I think, you know, I was going to come live, but I think we all would have been miserable together. So it links to you, astrology, Scorpio, color, black, which is psychic protection, and earth. The thing we need to realize, in darkness, there is always light. And that's because when you look up to the sky, there's stars. So it is a tunnel, but it's seeking that light. Now it's in the upright. Flexibility, endurance, protection, change, empowerment, and problem solving. And what did I just talk about? Magical, empowerment, psychic protection. Scorpio is very psychic, spiritual, and attainment. Now, if you're stuck, it's in the upright. It don't mean you're all operating in that fashion. And this is between the yin and yang. This is the purpose of why these things are going on within the twin flame path at the moment, is for a resurrection and a rebirth. And we do call this time the Phoenix rising for divine masculine. So I did warn you guys last week in the last video, for those of you who haven't subscribed, I do weekly updates. And I did say to you that divine masculine would come in prematurely and have a conversation. Yes, we have it come through in different ways. Sometimes it can be in the 5D. If you have less attachment and you believe in the 3D, you will tend to alchemize it in the 3D. There is a potential that they were going to come towards you, or a situation was going to happen, but if they were coming in, it was going to be prematurely. What do I mean by that? It's an activation within them of a resolve of a situation that isn't going so well. And it's about that acceptance. That's something that needs to come to an end. So the Phoenix rising, divine masculine's astrology, for 2 years they were in the South Node, which meant crickets, rebirth, you know, reflection upon the past, regret, transformation, and change. And what happened with Divine Feminine when they were going through that? We were stuck. We were stuck. We were trying things. We were having ascension. Our butts were getting kicked. That's really what Divine Masculine was going through in the last 2 years. Now, it's only in 2022 that they have moved into the position of Jupiter in Pisces. Now, on the 10th, it shifted into the house of Aries. Why am I mentioning this? Because it is very Scorpionic. It is their ascension process. They were in the 12th house, and I have said this to you guys a long time ago. A lot of times what you will find is your ascension process, feminines, is a lot longer than Divine Masculine. So if you've been waiting 28 years, somebody mentioned to me the other day, 28 years is okay, mine too. Theirs happened so quickly, and it's shocking. It is very shocking when you see the evolution of that situation. It kind of shocks you. So with this, disorientation, vulnerability, death. So it means a cycle is ending, and therefore the new beginning is coming. And what it gives us is endurance, protection. It's, you know, whatever isn't meant for you is generally taken, and it doesn't mean you can lose your twin flame. Sometimes you wish you could, but it's more from the ascension process. You're like, when's this going to be over? Not from you're romanticizing it. You just can't handle the ascension. The appearance in this ruin cast is often said to be an indicator of a symbolic death. And that can be, you know, when we think about death, more in the spiritual energy, it is to do with the frequency of leaving something behind, of, you know, an ending, putting an ending to a past cycle, coming to terms for things spiritually. It is a sign of protection and empowerment, often of the magical nature. So Jupiter. Anyway, we'll get into it. So a lot of you are crown chakra. We've got crown chakra, right? Spiritually in the 5D, some of you can be having some ascension symptoms. Now, in the last 48 hours, we had the Schumann resonance spike. A lot of times what I find in my twin flame path and through my awakening is that I tend to feel that energy again days prior. So once you see it in the 3D spiking, you've already embodied it. You've already been through it. The further into your ascension you get. So if you see it and it's like, at one point, I think it was in 2017 or 18, we had it to 100 and something. And I think it was there for a week, which was bloody horrendous, might I add. Most recently, it was 52. I haven't checked, you know, in the last 24 hours, but it was 52. Giggle messaged it to me, but I had already felt it 2 days prior. So in the crown chakra, number one, yes, you have the 5D, okay? A lot of you are thinking about this 5D connection, and this is between the joint connection. And you are kind of thinking to yourself, okay, the principle, the practice of the factor that, you know, you've got a 5D, you've got a vision and quest. How is that going to look? It shouldn't mean that you stop your own personal vision and quest. And that was really where I got very stuck on this path, is believing, you know, forgetting the fact that while separation was there, I was actually in avoidance of addressing certain areas for attachment energy. So if that has been coming up, really look at it, and, you know, try not to get too scared about it. It's okay to make major decisions, and it doesn't mean your twin flame path's ending. There is something majorly happening, and this is an ending of a karmic cycle. There's a lot of karmic cycles, okay? So don't get too cooped up in it. It does get less the further into it you get, and when you get into the union occurs with self first, then you come into the direct connection, because it just doesn't resonate with you. So you tend to create less karma, you don't have as much attachment, and you're controlling your third eye. There is a brand new energy. There is a balance coming. Now, the eclipse, especially from a heart chakra activation, I feel both parties here in the mix went through a heart chakra activation. And this was to do with the emotions of attachment, regrets, the things that we did, the things we wish we didn't do, and also to do with the feeling. And very strong feelings were coming through for both counterparts here in the mix. We do have the strength card, and my guides are showing me that there was a lot of strength and emotion coming through. It's almost like both parties know that there is this very chemical reaction. You know, it's chemistry, yes, but it's something so much very more than that. And so there's a powerful connection between both individuals. And so there was a lot of nostalgia and reflection. Sometimes maybe we can even have bitterness coming up in association to that. Now, in the heart of the matter, both parties here are coming to terms with things. Now, divine feminine, I do feel you guys have been in a lot of divine masculine energy at the minute. You may not feel it, and it can come through in a very assertive fashion. What I'm getting is some of you may have had a little bit of psychic downloads in relation to how your counterpart was feeling, especially because we do have the vision and the quest here. So I feel you're actually embodying, which did happen to me in an aspect of the path, and I thought it was really bizarre because it was memories coming up, and I thought, hey, I've already dealt with these. Why are these coming up? So I do feel for a lot of you, you could particularly be channeling your counterpart in their feelings to do with the past and their feelings to do with how the connection was between the both of you. One very strange download I had was a circumstance that is playing out in their life. They're having these light bulb moments and epiphanies of how you felt in the circumstance, and that's really hurting them to the core. They do have this fear at the moment. There is this fear. It's almost like if you're feeling they're leaving you, it's actually the subconscious of them at the minute. Because I feel a lot of you had become quite grounded, and so this obsessive energy, this feeling that maybe somebody is going to interfere or involve themselves even further to sabotage this, it's actually really exacerbating the situation for them. So I feel they're, you know, obsessively thinking about it, obsessively thinking about you, but there is this obsessive notion that is coming through in the direct joint connection. I don't know why I'm hearing Why You're So Obsessed With Me, the song. Let's see. Okay, there is a situation at the moment, and I think it's happening on both sides. You might have had some financial situations happen. This could be changes. It might have been changes in contracts. You might directly, and I feel this is both parties. I feel both parties are looking at a physical contract in some shape or form. Now, this can be work, money. It can be a situation that's going on with you, and it just feels like it's semi-cursed. I feel it's going to pass, but I feel there are some circumstances on both sides of the connection where there are struggles at the moment, and it's causing a little bit of concern. I also feel there is a lot of shadow work for some that they are still doing, and that can be in relation to the karmic, and you know, this person's still with them, and what the goal is with this, especially if your twin most recently, say in the 5-6 month mark, has just got into a karmic relationship. Okay, so there could be a very cruel situation that is going on within a situation. Look, honestly, there has been, there is hurt that does occur within the twin flame path. It doesn't mean it remains. I do feel at the moment, divine masculine is addressing these conflicts, and I feel they're addressing it head on. I also feel divine feminine is really requiring that if there is a third party or an external issue that they're directly dealing with, it's almost a spiritual requirement that they deal with that and not cause, you know, because it's kind of like you're thinking to yourself, you know, you have this chemistry with this person, but you also have the logical 3D mind, and you're kind of looking at it like, look, I know I have a connection, but I also need to be careful about what I bring into my frequency. There could also be a separate situation at the moment, and it might have taken you by surprise this week. I feel you maybe were looking at a certain path, and something of a light bulb moment came through, and it might not have been as attractive. This could have been another option. I'll look at it further. Yeah, I think you're noticing your value systems are changing. Is the chat still working? Because we're all really quiet. We're all really quiet. What the? Okay, this could be another love offer. Pardon me. Is the chat still working? Thank God for that. God, I haven't had you guys so quiet in years. What's going on? I thought I bored you to tears. Shit. So we have, now for some of you, both parties know in the mix, you could meet a partner, right? You both know that. The value system, the self-esteem is growing. You do know that, but you also want to be able to live authentically. So you don't want to be with another person and have ascension symptoms and then feel, oh my God, you know, is that coming through? But I do feel there's a monetary situation and or an emotional situation going on. This could be to do with self-esteem, like attracts like. It's temporary, you'll move through it. But for some of you, there could be a person that is all of a sudden showing you a lot of attention, but you may not be seeing it completely clear. So just go into it really cautiously, especially because Mercury retrograde brings blast from the past, and this is going to be on both sides of the fence. Sometimes it's not a physical human being. Sometimes it can be the flashbacks and the memories that can cause all that grief spiritually. So I do feel some of you could be having that very loosey orientated movie where there's flashbacks and you're regressing back to go forward, and it can feel very purgatory to a degree. This is actually, there is a lot of power coming back into this connection. This, you know, magician energy is positive. Some of you do need to be careful of how you tune into your twin. If you know they are with a toxic karmic, for instance, the magician is showing up to me. Some of you can be thinking this person has power over this energy. Yes and no, where the transits are directly associated with the divine masculine's awakening. They are in awareness of what this is, and they are in awareness of what they need to do. So if they're physically choosing to accept it, it's a tactical approach, and it's an accepting approach, but it doesn't mean it's permanent. But if they are in a very toxic karmic relationship, you have to be very careful how you think on them, directly through your counterpart and then through to you. So you can actually bring that energy into you. Hi, Dale. So, you know, if you find you're having headaches and you're getting blisterations and things like that, a lot of dark energy happening in the home, it's a good time now, post-eclipse, to clear the home, to drink the fluid, and to use tourmaline potentially to protect your aura, okay? So if you're thinking on it, the best way, and it's hard not to, let me put it that way, but you need to be mindful of how you deal with it so that after the fact you can clear your energy. And, you know, for a lot of years I've been saying, breathe in, think of the situation, blow it out, and do that a few times, and then you can get a smudge stick, you can clear your crown, and you can go on and do something else for 20 minutes. And that really will protect your aura, because with the magician card here, between the joint connection, if this person is, and we're going to channel their energy in a minute, if they are directly dealing with a very toxic situation, which I do feel this week something's coming up, you're going to get the channeling. You're going to get the channeled message, the PDF, and breathe it in and breathe it out. And that will support your counterpart in tackling that circumstance. But don't get fretful. Just breathe in, breathe out. Go clear your crown. If you find your demeanor for a whole week changes and you're really ratty and it's a different demeanor, it is because you've been thinking on the karmic too much and you're embodying her demeanor. So you'll go through a purge. It can be quite gross. Okay, what's this about? Okay, so there is movement forward and it's going to come in really quickly. So a lot of you need to be quite ready. I think things are going to actually move very quick. I think the funny thing is the less you give, the more you get. It sounds crazy, but not in a chess playing way, not in a game, more I'm stepping back. I'm allowing this person to come towards me. Is because you can't lose it, right? When we think in lack mentality, it actually does cause blockages on the path. It's almost like you're trying to grab on. Have you ever noticed a connection where you haven't been really super interested, but they're just so smitten with you and they won't leave you the blasted heck alone? It's quite stalkerish. There is that energy coming through as well at the moment. And I think both parties in the mix are actually seeing what is hot and what's not. Okay, so be careful who you're letting in your energy, especially, you know, can you be with people who haven't done their work as long as you've done yours? Do you know why? Because you won't enable. So it won't hurt you. you'll be like, that's nice, dear. What are you going to do about it? You know, that's where doing the work actually does help. Doing the work doesn't, you know, a lot of people think, oh, if I'm doing the work, but are they doing the work? It won't matter because you're in the powerhouse and you attract what you are, and you are the equal to your twin. So both parties simultaneously, divine feminine anchors them up. You go through a purgatory experience. You have a 101 experience to test you, and then about a week later, you feel all this trigger-worthy energy. You feel you're being ripped back. That's because divine masculine's being pulled forward. So we have the divine masculine with the hour medicine, okay, getting sleepy, right? But also feeling as though this connection is coming up loud and clear. Now, in the mix of it, their thought process, it's this excitement. It's this, like, you know those moments where you're like, I know I shouldn't go and see them. I know I shouldn't. And you're talking yourself out of it the whole way there. And you're like, no, I know this is no good for me. I shouldn't. It's why you're so obsessed with me. It's because it's a 5D connection. It's a spiritual connection. And you're trying to talk yourself out of it. And you know you can't. This is where divine masculine is this week. Having an epiphany. I also do feel their ancestors are coming through, and I feel they're guiding them with particular circumstances in their life at the moment. I feel some of that fatigue is due to the fact that we had Jupiter and Pisces, and I feel it was that letting go of things that was purgatory. They're moving through this rush zone. It's going to be pretty much till October, so we do have a very large window at the moment. So like I said, it was pretty much going to feel a little bit stagnant for about a week. Now, we had Jupiter move into Aries on the 10th. You're getting both polarities. You're getting a little bit of Pisces and a little bit of Aries. It's because they're still, you know, it's like when you're going to the next level of Mario Brothers, you're not experienced at it, are you? No, heck, you're still dealing with the other going, no, it's safe back here and I know how to do that. So, you know, when you Jupiter moves quick, but it doesn't mean that the other things that, you know, they're letting go of aren't kind of clearing out and taking a little bit of time. So it can be for some of them where they're maybe drinking to cope, where they're feeling fatigued, they're maybe eating quite a bit, and, you know, pacifiers to a degree. That's going to pass, and then it's going to be go, go, go. And I do feel some of them can, even with the go, 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 have more energy, but get a little bit burnt out. The good thing is, because Chiron is in that placement, it is going to help both parties, masculine and feminine, actually tackle a lot of their wounds. Oh, heck. Okay, this is the inner critique coming up. They know darn on it that, you know, they have been a little bit lazy. This is their opinion. It's what the card says. I'm only the messenger. I'm not judging you, masculine. This could also be in association with what they want to do for you. So it doesn't have to be in a nasty way. Hey, I don't give you anything. It could be, gee, I need to do more. And that can be the critique of self, you know, good old masculine polarity coming through, hunter-gatherer. But I also feel there could be a circumstance where that if they are working, a lot of people around them maybe aren't there at the moment. It's taking a lot more energy. Maybe they're slacking off. Maybe they're not doing as much and they're having to really put their best foot forward. I also feel in relation to you, they're kind of seeing the difference between a karmic and a feminine, okay? There is a difference. It's not, you know, a lot of times, a karmic will create a chain of events and can be at times, why do they, I've got to be really careful here how I speak it. They could, from the card, it is appearing to be this person, it is a one-sided transaction, okay? This may be a masculine who goes to work, who cleans, who cooks, who does everything, and it is a one-sided transaction. Now, a lot of divine feminines are workers, right? Divine masculine felt they needed someone who they could go save. You know, feminines, we've been there ourselves. And meanwhile, we were saving, we could have saved ourselves. This was the lesson, right? So it appears to be they're saying the difference. They're like, this person is needy. There is not a lot of give and take here. And look, it could be due to circumstances that they absolutely have no choice in. So it doesn't mean all karmics are bad people, but there appears to be at the moment through this channeled message is that this individual there's no give and take, okay? And so they're seeing the difference between that individual and divine feminine. Now, if they're currently not in a karmic relationship, it will not matter. This will be their memory system of thinking back to the difference between you and a previous person. That was a mouthful. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to make smart choices, Ma. Moving forward, as far as they're concerned, they need to pick more selectively. They feel they picked incorrectly. They feel they've gone in. They do want to have a brand new beginning. They want to start off slowly. Give some, start gently and slowly. And it's funny, although it's a page, they can also be feeling playful with you. It's not an emperor, okay? But it won't matter because you are, if you're taking care of your side of the fence, you're coming up as the empress, okay? We're going to pull a few more cards for divine masculine. I'm also feeling romantically it doesn't have to be a he. They may have dealt with immature, pagey orientated situations. This could be a family related dynamic. This could be children, maybe being a caregiver. But I'm also seeing it can be that the individuals that they directly dealt with were page in energy, not necessarily that it was their energy, okay? That's not to say they didn't come towards us in a sense of a page, but hey, I probably did that myself. It's a little bit like thinking that they're the emperor and they're down there and you're going, you're a god. They're also a human being, okay? It took me 28 years to get that. Okay, they feel grateful that they learnt it. They do, because they never want to do it again. They're like, you know what? Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, didn't like it. So I don't know what this is, but this feels like a major revelation. And that is potentially why in the channeled messages last week I said, for some of you, they can come in prematurely. This can still happen this week. They're going to go away, but they're coming back again. But the revelation and acceptance of Scorpio, it's got to go, is there. Okay? It's like, it's not working. It's not working. Divine feminines. You want to see your cards? She can do no wrong, apparently. She'd kick his butt if he mentioned she did. He knows where to go. That's the difference. If you can't be authentic to, say to your partner, and I had so many relationships like that, he's not a victim. He'll be fine, Dawn. If a masculine, honestly, I'm going to do so many videos on masculines. I'm with one, okay? I'm with my counterpart. Wait till you get the PDFs. Masculines that are in karmic relationships, the reason they don't say anything is because they're giving permission to it, right? But it doesn't mean they don't see it. And after a while, that last piece of straw, they're not even going to warn that person. They're just going to hit the road. And that's because masculines do their healing process very differently to feminines. Feminines, we talk, we can whinge at times. We're like, look, I told you. Take the trash out. I had the argument with my twin yesterday. He laughed his head off. I said, I do everything. Give me a hand. Okay, so you guys have the Ten of Swords. What is this? You want to talk about it? What's the Ten of Swords? Something in your life needs to change. Is this the way you're looking at your counterpart? Yeah. I'm not sure, Hayley, if that yes was like a most recent Ten of Swords yes or yes to a previous statement. Let's find out what's going on here. What about me? Yes. Okay. Now, question. Have you done everything that you could on your side? Don't bite me. It's just a question. Does this person know in the here and now where you stand? Did you feel that they were a job? You can let go. Like, it doesn't mean that your path's over, but it does mean it's okay to say, hey, this isn't matching. It's not matching right now. But generally, if we're in that Ten of Swords energy, it's something that needs to come up. It's something that needs to clear. It can be an emotion. It can be disillusionment. It can be, I'm a bit scared. Do you know what I mean? Yes, to getting cards pulled to also, yes, things, yeah. So, you know, the emotional, it's purgatory. It's like you feel like I've tried everything. It's not working. Many times I thought to myself, I'm looking under my armpits. Apparently, you got to do the work. I got so angry one day. I was like, I was cussing. Do the work. I have done nothing but do the work. I was so pissed. It was sometimes we have to acknowledge what the expectations are, right? We have to get to that point. We go, hey, look, I do have problems in my life. My twins are not my solution. Did I stop doing certain things because of this individual? For fear that maybe if I was in a different job, in a different location, prioritizing myself, speaking my truth. You know, some of you say, oh, I can't say anything because they're in a karmic relationship. If they're dancing with you, you have every right to say how you feel. What they do with their energy is totally their responsibility. So if they're coming towards you, being flirtatious, being playful, and you say to them, look, I have feelings for you. This isn't okay. Now, you're going to need to pick what you need to do, but this is where I stand. It's not healthy. This is what I need. Then you're standing in your truth without attachment of what they do. That's when you can say you've done it, okay? If they're dragging you into their karmic things, you give less. You actually let them deal with it and say, you know, and it can be frustrating. And I know there's probably 5 of you in the house that are dealing with this at the moment. They're making a whole bunch of stories about what's going on. This can be relating to a karmic individual, and you can put it back on them and say, what are you going to do about that? How does that make you feel? And then you're giving them their divine masculine energy back and you're not owning it. In a channeled energy, some of you can emotionally be feeling disillusioned because you're not seeing a change. Can you change your approach and how you're handling it? And that's if you're in direct communication. It is normal to get to a point where you feel, you know what, maybe I need to let this go. But you are different to how you were before. So, you know, there can be this, and Mercury retrograde, especially for certain zodiac signs, isn't fun. So we're going to be over emotional. Any other day, if you were, you know that they've got to do what they've got to do. You want to know well and truly they got over that rubbish before they bother with you. That is okay. But you also feel these emotions from the past kind of coming up. This also can be to do with, you know, maybe for some of you, oh, I thought I was going to have a child. I thought I was going to be the empress. You know, believing that you could maybe create, maybe facing your shadow. Yeah, could this be jealousy? Yes, but I don't think so. You know, for some of us, yes. But it's more the factor of why on earth are you with this person if they're so toxic? Make sure you raise your benchmark. Make sure that if a person's coming towards you and you're interested, try to not be up in your head and conflicted. Know exactly what you want to do. It's okay to make a choice. That's what my guides keep saying. It's okay to make a choice. Many times on my path, if somebody has bloody come towards me because I've got to let go, it's actually a sign of union. You then get, you know, you feel like it's all gone, you know, and you give up and bang. You then have communication and movement. It is because we spiritually are supposed to let go. And letting go isn't quite what we think. It's about accepting where everything is sitting right now, or if we have an ability and power to change something, to do it. So there is conflict. Some of you could be getting gossip through the grapevine. Some of you are gauging what things are. You could be having flashbacks and sentences. You could be seeing things on social media. Some of you could be in the stalkerish mode. This could be them stalking you. But there are these things that are coming through. Again, I do get, you're raising your standards. Just try to not go to extremes. But I do feel some of you are very focused on your future. Some of you are changing your direction and your approach to this. And I broke a bloody nail yesterday. I feel, I've just asked what the masculine knows they have to be single. Flat out, point blank zero, they feel they have to be single. Even though you're in the Ten of Swords, free spirit is in reverse. Okay? You're like, oh my Lord, Jesus, take the wheel. That's why this is so bloody hard. You know, cord cutting don't work. Why? Because the other half of you, which is your shadow energy, it's linked to masculine. So say theoretically you were doing a cord cutting, you're cutting a piece of you that you haven't developed yet. And so it's going to hurt. It doesn't work. With a karmic, you have to reach peace with it. You have to go, well, apparently I picked you. You were bloody toxic, but shit. Apparently I picked you. God bless, move along. You feel that you can't free yourself from this, and that's where the stifling energy comes from. You know, this is the conflict. It's feeling like spiritually and psychically, if you were to move forward, you could be with another person and bang, you're going to be getting all these downloads, and you feel stuck in the 4D. Okay, I would do a 4D clearing, and because what I've been seeing the last few weeks coming through with cards, honestly, I feel as though there is something that divine feminine is clearing, and once you do that, the door will open. But in your belief system, you need to be very careful about how you're looking at this connection, because the one thing I can see is it's almost like that individual is ready, but because you have a 3D perspective and you're kind of meditating upon what they'd need to do and that it's never going to happen, you subconsciously may not realize you're protecting yourself. And because you're protecting yourself, you are getting other opportunities coming in, which is raising you to believe higher in yourself. That will spiritually free yourself to know that you are worth beautiful, wonderful things. And we all on this planet get good and bad things. I just say to myself one day, YILDIZ, you're not that special. You get the good and the bad. Every person is special. Talking too fast. Okay. Neptune hasn't even gone retrograde yet. Are you feeling disillusioned? Are you feeling the dream is out of reach? One technique I did use was connecting the 5D with my soul connection. Had a purge of a lifetime. So I am going to do a meditation video. I'll put it on the website. So if anyone wants to use it, I'll do a chat. I'll tell you in the community tab when I've done it. And then if you're needing it, you can go and use it. You can do that channeled guided meditation, and it's going to connect you with your counterpart in the 5D, and you're going to believe that you can have it in the 3D. And that's what you need to actually do, because at the moment, the problem with the 5D is it's the safest way we can have the connection. And so when you divorce that, it's not to say it's not there, but you believe you can have the best in the 3D. As soon as that trigger point comes up and you find yourself going to the 5D or to that 4D of disbelief, get out of your monkey mind, and you're going to retrain your third eye to come down to this physical potential. And you're going to be able to manifest in the 3D. But at the moment, the reason why a lot of you are stuck is because you're between the 5D and the 4D and you're not believing in the 3. Okay? Don't do their work. Don't get scared of the karmic. Don't feel that they can hurt you. They can't hurt you. We hurt ourselves. They don't hurt us, and we block them out because of trust. Trust yourself that you are a spiritual being. Your intuition is there to guide you. Your intuition isn't to gauge or to be their mother. You know, that was one thing I said to myself years ago. I was so mad at my intuition for not showing me horrible things that were going to happen to me. And I was like, but how is that my job? You know, always be the best version of yourself with integrity. And if that other person doesn't, don't blame yourself. That is their path 9 times out of 10. As much as it bloody hurts, it's not personal. The reason it's not personal is because the person hasn't got a grip on their own energy, and that is theirs to own, and don't ever own that, okay? Or you ruin your connection to your spiritual sovereign self. You end up spiraling and going, I can't trust my intuition because it didn't warn me. It's like, no, you weren't needing to be tuning into another. That's their social responsibility, you know? That's where you find your pace. But like I said, I will be doing some education videos on certain aspects that I mentioned in this. Feel free to ask me to do, you know, particular videos to come through to the Members Hub, because we're going to be putting in polls to have chats about, you know, the content. The content will not be open to the public until all the folders are full. So it's like if I start on a folder and it's one genre of education content, I'll keep going. It'll stay in there for them to utilize. We'll have some chats, live chats, and and get into the notion of what we should build these things around. So I'll tee up each week and we'll have chats. So if you want to come and join us, feel free. It'll take a while to develop it, but in the meantime, the members on the top level get it, and then it goes and launches onto YouTube. And I'll basically give you guys a heads up maybe a week before on the community tab. So keep an eye on the community tab. Don't forget to click the bell. Anyone who wants a super chat, I hope this has helped. Later on, I will be live, and that will be in the Members Hub, and that will be for Divine Masculine. Or what should we start on? I think I'll start on Divine Feminine. And I'm going to see all the surrounding energy for you, because you had the Ten of Swords. So I think we'll start there. And then we'll do Divine Masculine or the Karmic. I'll think about it. But we've got extensions of both. Can you check in to see how the energy is? Oh, you popped into my mind yesterday, Angela. I was like, oh. Probably because I was doing Virgo. Probably. You know those moments where you feel a person is about to make a decision, but they're holding themselves back? That's what's coming through. Let's see. What is going on in the situation? I feel it's close. I will say that. I've been doing a lot of clearing this way. Oh, Dale, I'm not surprised. Geminis and Virgos, poor things. Yeah, it's very, very emotional, but you know, it's going to benefit you in the long run. Just really trust yourselves at this moment, because I really feel it's going to be very, very positive. So super chat started at 51 minutes, I believe. Let's see. Okay. You have concerns that something else is going on, but I feel this is to do with your spiritual clearing. I don't think it's directly just, you know, there are these phones from the past coming back, and I do feel, you know, your counterpart of what they were going through, they felt, even though they've had a lot of crap happen in that area, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to you, maybe. Do you know what I mean? From a spiritual protector point of view, I kind of feel subconsciously they feel this is their way to make peace with that. Even though from a logical point of view, you kind of look at it and go, why are you giving energy to somebody who hasn't given energy to you? Do you know what I mean? You hope it goes well. I think sometimes you're on the fence, okay? I think through this purging at the moment, your spiritual belief in the situation, it goes left to right, okay? So sometimes it's like what's coming through is you just want to run for the hills and move forward. There's another thing that is the humanistic side of things, and I feel you have empathy and understanding. So you do feel caught in between a rock and a hard place, but the rock and the hard place is more to do with you healing. Okay, the one thing I will say is from the cards, it looks as though you have fair to do with maybe the individual being with another person, and that maybe something is hidden from you. You do know there is a spiritual connection between the both of you. So, you know, from that instance, I do feel that you are in awareness of it, but you are looking at potentials of what you could do. So at the moment, I feel spiritually, Angela, you need to try and keep grounded, be really gentle to yourself, because I think it is emotional for you. I do feel there could be communication shortly. Do I feel that situation is tying up? Yes, I do. But your concern is on the opposite side of it. How will that look? Does that make sense? Yeah, there's a lot of emotions coming up here, Dale. There's a lot of confusion. Have they made contact with you? Because it doesn't look like they have. It looks like there is communication coming in. And that could just mean that the communication isn't like where you want it to be. Does that make sense? Or it's not what you wanted to hear. You know, just short and sweet, so to speak. That's kind of how it was feeling. Yeah, so I'm saying 3-4 days, a potential 3-4 days. That's what I'm saying. The emotion of what's coming up, it's like you feel you want to run for the hills. That's how it feels. But I feel you're keeping yourself grounded overall under the circumstances of the emotion. I feel you are. Have had some dreams and they are confusing, but not so. Yeah. Yeah, just yeah. Okay. I'm seeing 3 to 4 days. Who do we have next? I hope that helps, love. Yeah, make sure you keep your crown chakra hydrated. Okay. Who's we got? So we had Angela. Giggle. Hi, Giggle. I saw Giggle. Everyone send hugs and love to Giggle. Lots of hugs to Giggle. Giggle hasn't been too well. She's had sore teeth. So we're sending angel hugs. Don't know how that's, she's as bad as me. Bloody Libras, you know. Eddie and Giggle. You work hard, you two. Okay, let's see what's coming through for Giggle. I don't know, your soul's coming through and saying to me that you, oh, I love you, lady. It's almost like you're like right in the nick of time. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Now, that may be because you've had a certain thing done. You're going to get grounded. I do feel communication. Something's going down over there. The first card that come up. Something's going down over there. I think you're having your healing at a very good time. You know how they say it, divine timing. Yeah, divine timing. That's how it feels. It feels like got in at the nick of time, Giggle. Swelling down, personal care. You get grounded. Crap goes down. Hi, how you doing? That's how it feels. Okay, that's what my guides were showing me. That you literally have got it done in the nick of time. That's all they're saying. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to pull a moon card. Let's see what comes through. I just saw Scorpio. Yeah, you got the rod out. Oh, you got it out. You know. I'm seeing this, and I think this is future, Giggle. I'm gonna tell you what my guides are showing me. I physically see a suitcase, and you're going somewhere. This does feel future tense, though. This doesn't feel recent. Like, this feels an event between you and your twin. I do see a holiday. Okay, I do see a physical holiday between the both of you, but I'm seeing, and it could be towards the end of this year, but I physically feel in your lifetime, you're going to be having a holiday with this individual. And I'm seeing a suitcase. I'm seeing like a bag of some description to take onto the airplane, and I'm seeing you guys going somewhere. I'm going to pull another card. This is a really weird download. I feel like it's a honeymoon. I'm just going to say. It feels like a honeymoon. It's like it's only you. But it's like, it's almost like you might feel like really happy but nervous. But it feels like, how do I explain it? Like feeling like you might be even moving. Like it feels moving. But this is future tense. This isn't like in the next few weeks. This is just something my guides are showing me. And it's off to the left of you, the suitcase. Yeah. And emotionally, you know, you might be like, oh my gosh, I'm really, really happy. But it's like emotionally, you know, feeling that you are letting go of an old life and starting a new one. But it feels happy. It feels emotional. You might have too much luggage on the plane because they're saying, what do you need to let go of? It's like, but I'm seeing a plane. I'm seeing you going with this person on an aeroplane. Interesting. Who do we have next? I'll have to scan up. Don't faint, giggle. What? Oh God, my guides just show me what's going on in my dynamic. Hayley, what is going on, Hayley? Now, why am I seeing, Hayley, why am I seeing that there's a conversation that you are in communication with this individual? Are you correct? Are you in communication with this person? Because I feel it's like my guides are telling me you need to just spit it out. I don't know what this is about. I'm just telling you what my guides are telling me. And they're like, okay, what are you needing to say to this person? Because it's like he ghosted, but it's weekly usually. Are you playing hard to get love? Is this person single? Because I feel they really want you, but they're getting mixed signals from you. This is what my guides are saying. I feel like I need to tell him if he has a girlfriend, stop contacting me. Let me put it this way. Have you discussed a relationship? Okay, because we're not priests, right? He has a girlfriend. Okay, now, you can still talk to a person if they have a girlfriend, but you can be cautious and respectful about how you talk about it, okay? I would be open to communicating. I would also be very transparent with that person. Oh my God, the guides coming down. I'd be very transparent in saying, I'm not going to be blamed for something that's happening in your relationship. I can tell you how I feel about you, but I also will state I don't want to be the cause of your conflict. That is going to be your responsibility. You just make sure with looking after your energy that you don't become intimate with that person, because it's going to complicate and cause issues and it can cause karma. But make a statement. I'm open. But that for you spiritually would need to be addressed. I'm not the problem here. There's a problem on your side of the fence that needs to be addressed. That's the thing. I don't want to play a part in the homewrecker. But you're not a homewrecker, Hayley, because the thing is, you're not that powerful. Okay? What do I mean by that? If a person has unresolved feelings, they were living a lie. Okay? Nobody can wreck a home if it was stable. And so I think sometimes as feminines, we get this bad rap, but we get this bad notion of what we can and can't say. You can be a priest, right? Look at it this way, because when we're doing that, what are we doing? We have Black Moon Lilith in Cancer, which means we're coming to it with tradition and religion, okay? This is morally incorrect. This is morally not. Now, you still can act with integrity. And it's saying to the person, I have a feeling for you. That is not sleeping with a person. That is not what they do, but that is their social responsibility. And you can say, I am not here to disturb you, but if you're coming towards me, it is the same thing. If that person is in a partnership and they have unresolved feelings for you, many people are friends with exes. It doesn't mean you can't speak to them, but at the same time, sometimes we can be in connections, and because we're unsure, and twins do this a lot, it's like, yeah, but why should I leave my relationship if they're not going to? And it's like, because you're bloody unhappy, otherwise you wouldn't be contacting them. And because There's no security in life. There's not. It's living and it's experiences. I saw a pic of them together and they look happy together. Then why is he calling you? Okay, honey, it's not real. Stop telling yourself that, okay? A person, no man or woman on the planet is going to contact another person if they were completely happy. So you can't take responsibility for his heart. That's his. And he's allowed to have a feeling for somebody else. He's allowed to say, do you know what? If I was happy with everything I was getting, do you think I'd be calling you? If I was getting the main course dinner, he ghosted you because you're sending him mixed messages. He's already confused. He's like, I've got all these feelings for Hetty. Now, you don't need to be driving Miss Daisy. You can be, hey, what's up? You're calling me, right? And then how it comes through, you deal with it then. Don't be scared. You know, there's nothing to be scared of. So he's going hot and cold with you at the moment because he thinks you're disinterested. I've been super open about my feelings. What caused the blocking? Are you going to be super honest with me? What happened? More than likely, it also could be because he has unresolved feelings. The next time you talk to him, say, look, unless you're single, what are we going to do here? Okay? But what happened for the blocking to occur? Something happened. I'm telling you, I can't wait for these information videos. Oh, I'll try and make you guys laugh through them. I will, I promise. Because he was with a girlfriend and that's why he blocked me. Oh, his girlfriend came into town. She's a fly-in, fly-out worker, is she? Well, look, just don't freak out. That person that is choosing to protect you, I always took it as protection for me. I never worried about it. I was like, okay, then. I hope you're with your mama and I hope you're doing the right thing. And then I'll get a phone call and I'll be like, but it wouldn't be like, hey, do you want to catch up and have a secret liaison? No, I don't. How do I mean? It wasn't, let's go do hanky-panky in the dark while you're in a partnership. No. Can't be bothered with that. But you're allowed to be friends with anyone on the planet. It's not illegal. Some of us can be friends with exes. Some of us can't. Let's see what the cards say. But I'm not worried. Like, how would I put it? I'm not feeling worried for you. I feel you will hear from this person and just be really calm and say, look, I don't know what you got going on there, but the blocking and the unblocking, you know where I am anyway. In order for us to have a physical relationship, you would actually need to come to terms with whatever is going on over there and then make your ruling. Yeah, but yes, he is, but he's not willing to end. Go out and have fun. Sometimes it's because we're waiting by the phone. Hello, it's me. And, you know, as soon as that person calls, if you're picking that blasted phone up right away, no, slow down. You don't have to. Take your time. You know, if the phone's over there, give it a few seconds. Please tell me you're not like, hello? I do great until that. You know, take it easy. Take it easy. It's a phone call. It's not the Queen Mother calling. We've all been there. I should have been a bloody comedian, I tell you. No, I don't. I'll leave him. I'm do not disturb. You're killing me. Oh, okay. You believe he's not going to. So, does he see your social media? Hayley, you need to come onto the website and get some coaching, girl. We've got to talk. You and me, we've got to talk. Mum, you know this. What do you reckon? Do you listen to your mother? You know, she's a twin, you know. She's not just your mother. Okay, so in your mind, it feels as though you're seeing something in it. It is a very firm energy, right? It's like, oh my God, this is driving me crazy. Now, you do have more control than you know. The karmic or the person that the person's with doesn't have control. Are you doing correct in a sense that this person needs to make up their mind? Yeah, 100% Dale. They do need to. But if this individual is watching your social profile, you are not allowed to put naughty things up there like "What about me?" or depressing songs. You go out, you connect with your friends, you live a life, you be present in your life and you show up. That is attractive. And then that person can't particularly feel, oh my God, you know, Hayley's just going to be waiting forever. No, Hayley has a life. She's a high vibe individual and she's going out there and getting it. And so we don't wait for any individual. We show up in our lives and we have that fun. And I do feel this is where it's going to attract it in. And it's almost like, you know, when people know that you're on call 24/7 or that you're hearing about the karmic or you're hearing about their drama, it's like, I'm not your therapist. That's the notion you have to have going into it. It's not to say that you can't speak to a person and you can't be their friend, but when you have a romantic connection and a need and a desire inside of that, it needs to be dealt with differently. So it's almost like you're changing through it, but changing your approach, I see, is what's going to help. And again, I'm seeing, I don't know why I'm seeing 2. That could be, I don't feel it could be 2 days. I feel it's, don't keep thinking the person's going to win, because I mean, if they were happy, that person would not still be in communication with you. I can tell you that now. It's all up in your head. Anyway, I better get on with it, or I'm going to be making poor Giggle Sore Face go to hell and back. Of course he's going to bloody end it. Oh, you're killing me. Okay, Lois. 1. So how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one last super chat and then the super chat's closed. Okay, if anyone else wants one, get in now because I'm closing the super chat. Because Giggle actually needs to rest and I have to go live in the members. So, next up. Love you, Hayley. Sorry if I, talk a lot. Sorry. It's okay. I've been you. So we have, I hate the sound of this. Hayley, Lois, and then Dawn. Hi, Lois. So how was your yummy kind of meeting with the individual that you showed me? Like, what was their like just when they were like, oh, is that YILDIZ? Oh. I think you actually enjoyed your time, Lois. It felt nice. It felt flowing. You probably really did need to get out. You know what I mean? You're being careful. They do know they do want more. Oh, really? Oh, bless. They do, you want to make choices for yourself that's going to take you to your bliss. You're still healing. You're very grateful for that person. But when it comes to your twin, they're your magic. They're your magic Mike, right? Bloody buggers. Why'd you have to go and be magic Mike? Shit. So in your mind, you feel you're in a bit of a pickle because spiritually speaking, all your cards relating to your twin are very, very spiritual, very connected. You really miss them. You're really missing them a lot. You do feel this person that you're mixing with would treat you absolutely wonderfully, but you're conflicted because your connection on a friendship level, on a gratitude of receiving, yes, but from a spiritual point of view, you're very, very tired, Dale. I feel the connection with your twin is still there. But again, similar to what I said at the beginning of the chat, focus on that 5D. It's really good that we are connected on the 5D. Separately, what you need to understand is when we're too much in the 5D, we don't believe the 3D can exist. And that's where I feel if you, when we're channeling them all the time, and I feel that's within our own contract and connection, you tend to block the path. Do you know what I mean? Because they feel, again, I'm on hold. It's like I'm the speed dial list. I'm still here. It's sending out the SOS. When they don't feel that and you're becoming very present in your own life and you're like, no, I don't want to hear from that. I want to hear from this. I want it here, linear, in the 3D. You'll get this real anxious feeling coming through to feel really horrible, but start controlling it. That's when you're going to actually get that physical movement, because, you know, the 5D is about faith, but it's also about alchemizing that in 3D and not going into the monkey mind of feeling, hey, they've got somebody, they're never going to leave. Why would they leave them? I'm the one who's being abandoned. When you're thinking that and you're problem solving what would need to happen, you're going back into the 4D, right? You've got to be in the 3D and be in this energy. And that's where you're going to bring it forward. But if you're in this 7 stages of healing, you're jumping between the 5D and the 4D. And that's becoming problematic. So that's my tip for you. I would rest at the moment. You know, rest, get your energy right. I think you need to do a bit of an aura upgrade. Go and look on Google for an aura upgrade. Rest. And then be open to it. But deal with it through this week. Get grounded first. Deal with it that way, and you should be able to bring some energy in. And I even feel maybe even a phone call. Okay? But you need to shift that energy. Who we got next? Was it? Excuse me. Dawn. Dawn? As soon as I heard Dawn, I was like, enough is enough is enough. How's Birdman? Oh, look, I'm digging it. I just love the fact that in the chat we do have like a, I don't know, it looks like a bit of a Spanish dancer / baby with a floral arrangement in the hair. Hey, love. Okay. Ooh, you got some interesting energy. I don't know, whenever I tune into Birdman, Birdman's a bit of a side joke. You know, that's between Dawn, Patreon friend, and I. I always get really good energy from Birdman. I see your energy becoming very social, Dawn. At the moment, you just fed the hell right up. I think you need your eyes tested again, by the way. It's coming in and it's this side, which for you would be your right side. Be careful. I'm seeing right side straining. You're thinking a lot. You're thinking back to the connection, but it's like it's almost intoxicating you. He's having a meltdown. Was he really? Birdman. Jeez. Well, he is pretty psychic, isn't he? I'm not surprised. Okay, so you've got a lot going on. Number one, I can say you're working hard for the dollar. I do feel you're going to have a lot of money coming in. I also feel that the joint energy, it's feeling overwhelming. I feel your twin is thinking about you quite a bit, and I do feel it's almost excessively. Do you know what I mean? This could be making them a little bit bratty, agitated, moody. You may be misinterpreting and misunderstanding why their attitude is like that. It's really funny. I'm almost like they don't want to be around you, but it's because they don't want you to see this lusty energy coming through. You know, when a person's trying to hide something. Yeah, like that they actually are thinking naughty thoughts about you. I feel that that's irritating them. They don't understand why this is going through their minds. I can't believe you guys haven't had that talk yet. Dawn. Dawn. We could have written a book off that. Wait till he's calm. No, TF was not grumpy today. Well, this is the energy that's coming through. Get ready for it. Okay. There is... Okay, what's going on here? Does Batman want a relationship with you, Dawn? There's something strange here. Well, I did say to him I was going to avoid you. Okay, so I would say when this person, when Twin gets angry, you're going to know why, because I've already told you here, right? Because this is connections coming towards you. More than one, I'm hearing. I'm giving up. He hates my friends, my family, my job. Well, you hate the karmic too. He doesn't hate your job. He hates your job. They're scared you're going to read their minds like X-ray vision. That's all. It's okay. My twin always says, I don't believe in that. And then he goes, what does my horoscope say? Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay. You're like, I ain't got time for this. Yeah, you're in the grandfather's car. It's like, you're like, that's for them. That's for them, right? But there is two connections here. Hey, Birdman, not that I know of. Hey, this can even just be your twin particularly feeling as though, oh, you know, Dawn could move forward. Dawn could have somebody. It's like, okay, then I'll go on a date. That's kind of how it's coming through. You're trying to protect yourself. You don't need to change, Dawn. You're fine the way you are. And don't be telling yourself that there's something wrong with you. There's nothing. And it hasn't stopped him bloody talking to you so far, so you got the same thing, man. You're like, oh, I can't clear this person out of my life. You do want to because you feel they're not leveling up. They're not owning what they need to do. They send mixed signals and drag you into their circumstances, and you're quite frankly tired of it. Okay, what is the solution for Dawn in the circumstance, please? Solution, please. Let them make the judgment. Okay, you're trying to, you know, if you need to tackle something head on and they ask a question, why tell them straight? You know what I mean? This is what my guides are showing me. A, you can let that person deal with what they need to deal with, but similar to what I said to Hayley, if they go, what's wrong? We need to have a kind of conversation. Remember the script I gave you. You can write it down. You can talk it out to them and go, now it's your issue. Okay. Okay. You wanted to know, that's what the problem is. You're driving me crazy. But yeah, you do have a lot of money here coming into it. Very soon, Dawn, very soon. And I also feel your social life between now and next month is going to be quite busy. You're going to be loaded, lady. Okay, Dawn is giving loans out, everyone. Dawn shout at the pub. Giggle, we're going to go find her. Let's go, right? I told you they will be because of the transit in Jupiter, but it won't be very, very long. That's why, get ready this week. They're going to be very vocal between this week and next week, okay? So just be ready for that, because when you go, oh, they haven't said anything, and I did warn feminines, if we're going to have a hissy, we need to be careful because they may snap at us, because that's what counterparts do. If we're out of alignment, they'll just tell us straight. Hi. Energy check-in, please. What are we looking at? I can't pronounce the name, but it's got that beautiful green image. 2 hours from Dawn, we'll just get a helicopter. I'm bloody probably 48 hours from Dawn. We can have a cocktail via Skype. So, is it slithering girl? I can't read it. The script's too small. Let's see what's coming through for you. Oh, okay. Who are you dealing with? Who are you dealing with? My daughter has changed it again. It looks fashionable. It looks really professional. I have been noticing a couple of YouTubers having very interesting text. I'm like, I want to do that. Harry Potter thing. I'm digging it. Okay, you have an interesting card here. Who is this energy coming through? Who's this person you're dealing with? I feel you have two major things going on at the moment. Why am I saying a business? I'm saying a business situation. I'm saying a romantic situation. That's what my guides are showing me. And I don't know why. A printer? What the frig? Let's wait till you come through. Yeah, we will have we'll have an ascension party. Yeah. What, to knock us out ascension party? It's like, you know, mute it out so we don't have to feel it. Sounds good to me. So, yes, a Harry Potter thing. Okay, well, whatever this situation is, sounds nice. Reiki business is a bit slow. Yeah, it's like you're tweaking it. Okay, so, and again, because we are going to be having the transits where in Jupiter in Aries is to do with spirituality. Spiritual practices later on, we are having next month Neptune Go Retrograde. You may need to tweak the way things are. I was talking about this with another Patreon on YouTube that follows me, and we were talking about business. Marketing needs to go 3 months before you actually have a sale, for instance. So if it was a Mother's Day special, you need to be marketing it 3 months ahead of time. So I feel it's almost like you're looking at the monetary aspect and you're like, oh my God, you know, do I need to go and get a different job? I feel you want to move into this energy, but you kind of feel that maybe it could be your prices are too low. It might be that not enough is coming in, but it's like you're trying to think outside the box. You money here? I feel there's a circumstance of somebody who owes you money. Yeah, well, I think something's going down in that karmic relationship, and I think the karmic's actually gone outside the connection. So you might have some gossip about that. Something's gone down. What I'm seeing from your business, though, it's like I don't feel it's going to remain this way. Okay, I do feel it's going to change, but you're going to have to tweak the way you're doing it. What star sign are you? Well, could be my property settlement, or I just lost a heap of. I did say to everyone, be careful with that until the end of 2024. You're going to make it back elsewhere, doll. Yeah, because Uranus and Taurus is making a square to Saturn the whole of this year. As soon as we had the eclipse in Taurus, a moon in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus, especially moving into next month, we're going to have Mercury moving into Taurus. You want to be really wary around that stuff at that time. The reason is Uranus relates to the intranet, Bitcoin, things like that. And what will happen is, because Uranus is in the mix, it's sudden. So it's like, it looked great. It looks shit. And it's as quick as that. So it's rags to riches. So we really, really need to, especially during Mercury retrograde, really watch that component. Make sure that you're not, you know, if you're buying a $7 lottery, it's safer, you know, at the minute. That's frugal, but it's, okay, I've invested this much and, you know, that's what I'll get. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Well, your trance is really good for your career, doll. Okay. So at the moment, yes, I can empathize and understand. You may feel understaffed. You may feel as though you're being pulled in lots of directions. You also have some family-related dynamics going on. You are moving into a higher octane, okay? And you can have a lot of development in your career sector over the next 3 months. So even if you're tired, keep going, because I do see that working really well for you in the long run. Also, Jupiter being in Aries for you, if you did feel that over the last few years you gained pounds, it's going to come off now, okay? And I've got Cancer in my chart, and I can't wait for that. Overall, with your romantic connection, emotionally, you are looking at it. You're going through the shadow work of it. But I get this huge confidence with you. I think you actually underestimate yourself, because I do feel as though your confidence level is quite high. You're very, very different than how you used to be. And I do feel you're going to have more opportunities than you think. Okay? Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, I'm ready for it to come off. I got Ross River, so, I couldn't really walk, so it wasn't really my fault. It was the bloody mosquitoes' fault. Fluid retention, couldn't walk, and it was like, hey, you're going to lose weight. Can't walk, crawl down the street. Okay, I hope that helped. I better keep it short and sweet, or Giggle's going to fall asleep with her anesthetic. Oh, Lord. Kerry, Friday, Super Chat. Could you please share with me any changes and updates, what to expect? As long as you're bloody driving carefully, Kerry, you know what it's like. Yeah. That's okay, Doc. Kerry, oh my God, you've got a lot of paperwork going on. Be careful of speeding fines, Kerry. You got something here. Okay. That crap, I've got to be careful what I say on YouTube. Okay, there could be a judgment situation that you have been waiting to hear on. That could have been part of your twin's previous business. It's coming back up again. It could be we deem this card as a potential legal situation. And I can't advise you legally, but this is what could be coming through. Okay, and it can relate to money. Be careful of actually securing your finances at the moment. I also feel your career sector, Kerry, is going to be extremely busy. You may feel, at the moment, you might be handling. I feel as the week progresses, it can get a little bit more busy. I'm home in my house at the coast. Oh, it sounds lovely. Apart from the fact Australia is having too much bloody rain again, but that's because of the eclipses. We've got another 2 weeks of that yet. Rain, yes. Weather, Scorpio, underground, Neptune. Okay, you're going to have some offers here. Oh my God, okay. Family might try and tee you up with someone. You've got blasts from the past coming back, and you could feel like everyone's trying to push you in a direction. Don't be surprised if people try and get you to tee up with someone. Also, don't be surprised if you get a feeling that somebody's kind of stalking you and thinking about you. But I kind of feel, I don't know, it's like there's this notion where people are thinking you should move forward with your life. I don't know why people think people don't move forward. What? Because I'm not in a relationship, I haven't moved forward. I don't know why people have that silly thought. It's like, okay, because I'm not compartmentalized in a chastity case over there with I'm taken, I'm not actually in a relationship, not actually right. But I think people are going to try and get you teed up in a relationship. The connection with your twin is in, okay? Chemistry is rising. You might be feeling that energy. You could actually bump into them too, and I do feel it's potential in the next 4 days. Better go on to the next one before poor Giggle goes to sleep. Who have I got now? Sorry, Giggle. Who am I next? Sophia, is it? Sophia. I haven't even had brekkie yet. Very are you going? Okay, Sophia, are you going somewhere? I don't know why I get a trip. First thing I saw was an aeroplane. Where are you going to? Do you are you working online? I'm seeing an aeroplane, but I'm seeing something to do with expansion, but it feels a potential going somewhere. Is this your work or is this something else? Sorry, Kerry, I've jumped onto Sophia now. Do you have is your work relating to online? Do you deal with anything online, or is this to do with your love interest and something going down? I just saw a plane and I don't know why I see a plane. Okay, what am I saying? Okay, from an environment point of view, I feel that there are certain things in your life you're really accepting, but you are bored of. You're doing them and you're keeping quiet, and you're really, like, in your work environment and things like that, the people around you really appreciate you. They really appreciate everything you do. But at the same time, some of it, it's like you feel you don't have to do it. You do go above and beyond. But there could be some crap going on in your life at the moment that is really problematic. Jewelry overseas manufacturer, okay. Because I see trade, but it's almost like you do a lot. Is this a place of employment or are you running it as a business? Can I? My guides are also saying you're also feeling your business. Yeah, because I feel it's like you're expanding, but you could be changing your pricing. There's a contract here, okay? You're protecting yourself. You're dealing with contract. That's probably why I saw a plane online. Yeah, okay. But it feels like it's trade. It feels like it's and I'm not surprised really. A lot of it can be to do with, okay, how do we market? How do we trade? Jupiter in Aries, especially relating to metal, which technically gold is it's a source of metal. I think, you know what I mean. In astrology, it's going to expand. So you're going to have a lot more trading going on. And it may be that things come to you more readily, easily. Now, at the moment, there still can be a little bit of delays if you're waiting for stock and things like that. People can be fighting over it. It's like first and, best dressed. That's not going to remain, okay? Any changes you need to make in your business, do the hard work, doll. Because what will happen is moving into 2023, it's going to be very busy. I feel that I don't know why I'm seeing. Do you have a bookkeeper right now? Go back and read your paperwork because I'm feeling as though, I don't know why, I'm feeling there's cash missing. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I feel somebody's being a bit sneaky. Yeah, there's just keep an eye on your books. Now, is there any particular question you have that you want me to tune into? Might as well give you, what I see very separately. But I do feel you do really well. I also feel something, they're showing me something to do with a hair change. I do my own, yeah. Well, I think then the card is relating to you actually increasing your profits. And it can be something to do with price changes. It could be with the trade dealer. It can be with somebody you're directly involved in, with services, like I said, the contract. But I am seeing you're working bloody hard. It does feel it is going to flow. Feel stuck last week, lots of anxiety. Yeah, look, go with the flow with it. I feel you're going to come out of it. I feel you're going to be able to get back on track. At the moment, it was the emotions. I think all of us collectively were going through that. I think as you move forward, you're going to be more practical with what you do. Don't feel it's mine though. Yeah, more than likely. But I do feel you're also worn out. Okay, there could be a conflict relating to that other individual that, yes, you are channeling. We do have the 5 of Wands. This can be something that they're currently dealing with. Why am I seeing? Do you know what colour car they've got? I just saw a red car. See the darndest things sometimes. I feel a big group energy with this individual. Group energy surrounding a family. That could be mother, brother, sister. Doesn't have to be theirs, but there's a group dynamic going on that's a bit conflicting. I also feel a change of job. Okay, don't feel it's mine though. Yeah, well, the confirmation of this is saying such. Okay, who did I have next? Miss Rankin, how are you? I hope that helps, Sophia. But yeah, overall, it doesn't feel like your energy. It does feel your business is going to get back on track. I do feel you're going to be earning more money. There also could be a few opportunities for love here, but you don't want to be involved in drama. Yeah, you don't want any involvement in drama. Oh, not too bad, Dal. How are you? What we're looking at? Should I see what's coming through? And then Char. We've got Char next, and then Giggle's going to go to bed. Giggle can join me for a liquid diet. Loving me and leaving me. I liked your Instagram photo. You were looking lovely, lady. Okay, so let's see what comes through. Why am I feeling that you're going to get... is there someone in your circle, your crowd, that is having a child? It feels like a friend. Okay, I'm seeing a group gathering. I'm seeing a group of people. This could be for a birthday or something like that, but it feels catch up. It feels like a catch up. I also feel there is a person in your circle that you mix with that's going to have a baby. You do have changes like in your life happening regardless. You're being very selective of what you tell people. It's like on the surface, it looks everything's great. And I do feel you're okay. But I kind of feel that there is, at the surface level, you might be ready to make, I don't know why I get this notion that you're ready to make some major decisions in your life, and they might not be looked upon as a normal decision. Does that make sense? But whatever this is, it's large. It's like you feel you want to go in a different direction. You've got a lot of luck around you at the moment, but you kind of feel like an alien in the life of her. It's like everyone else's life is moving forward, but you feel subconsciously that something's changing. Does that make sense? I do feel this child's going to be super connected to you. I think the mother might have had some unwell kind of energy. I feel she'll be fine, but I think she hasn't been as well through this pregnancy. I don't know. Are you having a change? What is this major change you're wanting to address? Is this a new job? Is this a new location? I feel, you're changing. Everything's changing. Most likely my career. Yeah. Is it in a different location? I kind of feel like, although there's lots happening, it's almost like goodbyes. Is this in a different location altogether? Is it further away? Because it feels happy and accepting. It feels like a new chapter. It is going to be more money, right? But it feels it's in a different location. I don't have a bad feeling. I feel that you're going to handle it fine, but it does feel a transition. It ends up being that it changes everything in your life, though. It's really strange. I mean, it's strange how we could look at a job and it could change everything in my life, but I feel it's because of the location. I feel it's the money, circle of friends that you're going to meet. It just feels it's a brand new chapter in your life, if that makes sense. I feel if you do it, what they're saying, yes, new position. What else do you want to know? You feel like you're happy about it, but you're kind of like, oh, God, this is it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you're being, there it is. You're being the boss. You know, you're being the boss moving forward. Are there people that are jealous of you? Hell yeah. Do I feel I can see this? Okay, now this location. Do you know somebody that lives there? I don't know what this is meaning, but they're making it's almost like whatever this is. When you move forward, you do have a chain of events like dominoes. I also feel that this location may have a person that you knew years ago working there, potentially. Anything else you want me to check before I wind down that? It's definitely more money. Twin energy. Yeah, you're changing your tactics at the minute. You're focusing on yours. But I feel it's after you deal with this career transition, that's when I think you're going to hear. But at the moment, I feel, you know, it's like, how do I put it? It's like you've reached this acceptance. It's like I've got to move forward. And it kind of feels like a funeral to that. But 9 times out of 10, it's not. Divine Feminine was always supposed to be. It's almost like we put things on hold. When we address them, then we have the movement because we're having less attachment. We're accepting of things, and that's when we get the movement. So I kind of feel that transition is changing your life. That's more than likely while I'm getting a different location. Then you've passed a test. Then that movement can happen. But at the moment, I feel that transition, this is what my guides are showing me. They're requiring to actually, you know, you're requiring to actually move through that process. And then you will have that movement and communication. I do feel they're watching you, though. I'll give you that one. Cha, have you cut your hair? Cha, did you cut your hair? Are you going to? And I mean cut. I mean cut it. I mean Britney Spears cut. What are we looking at here, Cha? Cha, your family's driving you crazy again. You're thinking about, I just literally had a flash, and it's like you're having one of those Britney Spears moments ago. I'm cutting it off. I'm cutting it off. Just don't do it emotionally. Step away from the scissors. Okay? I know it's real short. I just had the flash, and I was like, okay, Cha, I know you're going. I know you're going there. Okay? I know you're going there. You know why we do that? Because we're cutting off an aspect of a piece of our life that we don't want anymore. It's like, I'm going to cut it. Just slow down. Wait as Mercury goes direct, okay? You are having some creative ideas coming through. Yes, could it be beauty, style, wanting to change your vibe, wanting to bring the bad girl out, not the good girl. Yeah, you have that going on, okay? What was the image that they're showing me? Oh, God, what's their names? The Veronicas. Come on, we all dig the Veronicas. Getting the bad girl out. That's another song too, Bad Girl. Yeah, you're getting, I don't know why I'm hearing this. It's like this has driven you crazy. A chain of events has driven you crazy, and it's like you just want a life makeover. And you just want to chuck everything out now. You want to throw the wardrobe out. You want to get the leather out. You want to do the hair and the makeup and the grungy black lipstick. I don't know. You have this very like gold energy where you just had enough. You really have. And I don't know, I think it could go well. I think it could go well. Like it. I'm also seeing a color change in your hair. And go, girl. That's all I can say. I mean, but it's this different side of you over the I'm the mum, okay, I've retired now. You know how anyone who's had a kid knows this. We all go through this, unless you're one of those real hot mums, you know? And I'm not saying mums aren't hot. I'm saying the ones that just look like they were never pregnant in the first place. I resent you. So you get to this point where, you know, you're like, this is what we do. You know, it's like getting the knitting needles out. We're mums now. This is it. Beyonce says it best. You know, she talked about her post-baby. And I mean, half of us, our kids are older, you know, and you and I, Char, we're in that same boat, right? Anyway, what we classify as older, not 3 years old, okay? So anything beyond that, we're going to hell and back. They're getting older and they're getting a bit attitudey with us. And we're trying to find our identity outside of them as well as be there for them. So where you've come to, you're like, look, I need me back. That's where you're at. Things have been driving you a little bit crazy. You know, no time for self. You're like, why am I in this? But I'm feeling you're turning your pain into gold and you're bringing sexy back. Okay? Yeah, you got, I think this could go pretty well, Chart. That's about the most I will say to you. This is what my guides are showing me at the moment for you, and thank you for that. I really appreciate it. In love, where I'm feeling right now is this is your attitude towards love. You're getting your sexy, right? You're going and getting it, and you're like, you know what? If you come, I have the whip, and I will not take crap. That's how it's coming through. Love yous all. See you during the week. Those of you who want to join us in the members, I'm going to take a mini break and we're going to go through and we're going to do the update for the twin flame path, masculine, feminine, karmic. Love you lots. Thank you, moderators. I appreciate it, and get well, giggle.